Welcome in, everybody. It is the live show for fantasy football picks and bets. That's right. And it is I. It is Lauren Carpenter. I'm here. I'm going to help you with your starts and sits for week 9. And we have kind of a weird situation going on this week. I don't really know who's going to show up and who's not. And apparently they don't know if they're going to show up and who's not. But before we dive into that, first of all, thank you everybody so much for joining me today on the live show for Fantasy Football Picks and Bets presented by Prize Picks. If you have not done so already, please make sure that you sign up for prizepicks.com. It's a ton of fun. It's simple over-under stuff. Get in on our 7-Eleven challenge. That's right. It's just 5 over-under picks, and you change your bet amount to $7.11. That is how they track it. Just don't do that Monday night game. And there's still time to get involved. We have prizes for first, second, third. We have prizes for the middle. We also have a prize for whoever comes in dead last. And we have several people that are trying really hard to come in dead last. But that's okay. Use the promo code MMN and you get your deposit of up to $100 matched. And there should be a link to that in the description of this video. If not, go to prizepicks.com. Use the promo code MMN. Get your deposit of up to $100 matched. Play along. It's a ton of fun. I really like it, so I think y'all will too. So let's go ahead and jump right into week 9. And before I start answering any of your questions, we do have some interesting information out here. So Tua Tagovailoa has been ruled out. He is out. It's Jacoby Brissett in his place. Also, James Robinson, running back for the Jaguars, he is also ruled out. Kyler Murray and DeAndre Hopkins, interesting situation. They traveled with the team to San Francisco. However, they are a game time decision. I use in air quotes like at Friends, but they are unlikely to play. So make sure you have a backup plan if you have either of those two guys starting, which you likely do, or at least on your roster, because they're really good at what they do, especially in fantasy football. So make sure you have that going forward. Trevor Siemian has been named the starting quarterback here for the Saints, not Taysom Hill, which is quite interesting if you ask me, but that's Sean Payton for you. All right, and there's even more than that. I'm just going to kind of go across them as we go and answer questions about it. So again, if you have any questions about this, share this with your friends, like the video, subscribe to our channel here on YouTube at Mayo Media Net. You can also follow me at Stepmom Lauren, and let's get right into it from Jay-Z. Jay-Z, thank you so much for your question. You said, pick 4. I love your lamb emojis. They're fabulous. My mom called me lamb, and it's a very, very special thing for me. All right, so CeeDee Lamb, Cole Beasley, Adam Thielen, Devontae Adams, the Cowboys tight end. I love that. Dalton Schultz or Blake Jarwin. Waller and Hyde. Okay, this is 4 here. We're definitely going to do Darren Waller, so that one's out. Carlos Hyde, he is going to be what I want to call a safety play, but it's not necessarily very safe because it's going to be a lot of volume, but I don't really know about a lot of upside for Carlos Hyde here. You're not going to want to do CeeDee Lamb and the Cowboys tight end, so you're going to want to pick and choose between one of them. So I say go CeeDee Lamb. So we have CeeDee Lamb, we have Darren Waller. I say we're going to go Devontae Adams. I understand that it is Jordan Love starting in place of Aaron Rodgers. Semantics aside, that still sucks. So we're going to go Adam Thielen or Cole Beasley. Let's go ahead and go Adam Thielen. So we're going to do CeeDee Lamb, Adam Thielen, Devontae Adams, and Darren Waller as your 4, Jay-Z. And then Brett, thank you also, Brett. So these two were 2 of the first in the chats to get their questions in there. So thank you so much for doing so. I always love being here with you guys every single Sunday answering your questions. Remember, like this video if you haven't done so already. Make sure you're subscribed. Share it with your friends. Make it a party. Let's bring everybody in so we can make sure we get your starts and sits figured out. Also, remember, this is fantasy football, everybody. So go with your gut. Just because I say to start a player doesn't necessarily mean that you absolutely have to. Fantasy football is educated guessing. So if I had a crystal ball and I knew what was going to happen, I would own Belize. And I would likely still be doing this, but I would be a lot richer. Brett, Thunderstruck. It's not really your name. It's Thunstrom, but I like your last name. Tyrod Taylor, Jacoby Brissett, or Teddy Bridgewater. Yeah, that stinks. Okay, I'm going to get Jacoby Brissett out of this one, and the choices are going to be between Tyrod Taylor and Teddy Bridgewater. I am going to lean Teddy Bridgewater here. However, if you want to start Tyrod Taylor, I get it, but I want to go Teddy Bridgewater. All right, I think there's going to be a lot more opportunity for him to score points, and I think it's going to be a little bit more upside for Bridgewater. Either way, the 3 of these are definitely not nearly as good as Kyler Murray or Tua Tagovailoa. So I'm very sorry. You got very unlucky this week, Brett. I apologize, but good luck to you. And then, do I flex Carlos Hyde, Javonte Williams, George Kittle, or AJ Dillon? Okay, this is interesting. I want to put Javonte Williams here. That is who I want to lean towards. Kittle is interesting because Kittle is likely going to be on a snap count. And according to sources inside the locker room, if you will, he will be on a snap count and likely play about half of the game. Now, he does have tremendous upside because he is George Kittle. However, Deebo Samuel is also still going to be playing. So I might wait on Kittle this week if you can. That means you likely have another tight end, which I like. So I'm going to say either Javonte Williams or AJ Dillon. And I do like AJ Dillon here because Aaron Rodgers is out and we are relying on Jordan Love. Now, Kansas City Chiefs defense is terrible. There might be a lot of passing, but I do believe there's going to be reliance on the run. And AJ Dillon has been pretty explosive. So I'm going to toss this back to you. I've narrowed it down to two for you, Javonte Williams or AJ Dillon. I kind of want to say the safer bet is Javonte, but I really like AJ Dillon for some reason. So go with your gut on that one. And then Blake D, Brandon Ayuk or Devontae Smith. I despise the fact that I really want to go with Devonta Smith here. It stinks. This is in full PPR, by the way, because Nick Sirianni, I don't care how much he wants to fertilize things and grow things with water in the Eagles locker room. That is just ridiculous. And I am sick of him playing with my emotions. But yet, I really think that Devonta Smith might be the better option here for you. Brandon Ayuk is going to be dealing with at least half a game of George Kittle, as well as a healthy Deebo Samuel. So it's risky, but I think for your upside, you might want to go Devonta Smith, even though I think it's really stinky. I don't really even like telling you this, but the numbers say Devonta Smith. Ugh, I don't like that at all. And good morning to you as well. Thank you so much for joining me. And KBB, Justin Jefferson and George Kittle, or Landry and Deebo Samuel for DraftKings. Landry Deebo Samuel is very interesting for me. Is George Kittle going to be your tight end here? Because I think I want to go Justin Jefferson, George Kittle. But whichever one is going to give you a little bit more upside that you can plug in for maybe your quarterback position here, I don't hate that. I'm just wondering with everything that's going on with the Browns, I'm worried about Jarvis Landry and but Deebo Samuel, he's kind of hard to pass up. Okay, KBB, if I'm going to make a choice here, I'm changing my mind. I'm going to go Jarvis Landry and Deebo Samuel. I'm going to go those two. Although I can make the argument for Justin Jefferson and George Kittle. So whichever works best with what you've got going on, whichever slates you're doing here, I would do Landry and Deebo Samuel. Because especially with what's going on with Kittle. So yeah, Landry, Deebo Samuel, final answer. And then Pitts or Kittle, let's go Kyle Pitts this week. And then Denny, full PPR. Ugh. Devonta Smith again. I know he's going to be in everyone's situation. Or running back. Oh, Josh Jacobs. I can understand why this is going to be confusing, especially when it comes to PPR. You have a funny feeling Smith may go off. I get you. So Denny, one of the things I always say, and I'll say it again, I know I said it earlier, always go with your gut. The numbers here, and I agree with the numbers, I would play Josh Jacobs. And the reason I would play Josh Jacobs is for safety. He's going to give you the volume that you need. His floor is going to be safer than Devonta Smith. But if you feel strongly about starting him, go for it. This is your team. These are your decisions. All we can do is kind of give you an educated perspective on what it is that we see. But it sounds like you've done plenty of research and you already know that there is opportunity here for Devonta Smith. So if you want to play it safe, go Jacobs. If you want to just throw caution to the wind, because this is a game and this is fantasy football and we love doing this. And if you want to be right about Devonta Smith, put him in your lineup. You do it. But if you want to be safer, play Josh Jacobs. I really like, those are two really good options though, by the way. Matthew Bingham. Hello, my friend. Does Matt Nagy's return to the sidelines hurt the chances of Fields to build on last week's breakout? You want to believe. I want to believe too, but I don't believe in Matt Nagy. It's like he and Nick Sirianni are in my doghouse right now, and I don't like them. Hopefully, Nagy has learned his lesson. Let's just hope that Fields can remain constant from last week. Building on it might be a stretch because of what we've seen from Matt Nagy. So fingers crossed, and I'll be messaging Jess. You know I will throughout all of the games, and she's gonna be like, "Why is she still talking to me?" And I'm gonna be like, "Jess, I need a friend," and it's just gonna happen. So we'll complain about Matt Nagy together if he hurts Justin Fields. And if he hurts Justin Fields, he's not going to have a job at all. So there's that. Laura and Jim Cooperman, thank you so much for joining again, my friends. You need two in PPR. Boston Scott, love it. Tony Pollard, pretty good. Javonte Williams, also good. Derek Gore or Dalton Schultz or Adrian Peterson. Wow, there's a lot here. Okay, lot to unpack. Okay, I think Boston Scott is going to be a must start. Although, again, I'm talking with so many Eagles, so much Nick Sirianni that it makes me unhappy. Now watch Boston Scott do terrible, and it's going to be Kenny Gainwell or something, and it's going to make me hate Nick Sirianni even more. Hate's a strong word. I'm sorry. Dislike. Let's go Boston Scott. Let's go. I don't like Derek Gore in this matchup because I don't like the defense here with the Green Bay Packers. Yes, okay, so we're going to go. I don't like Dalton Schultz just because there's way too many people that are coming back on the field. Let's go Boston Scott and Javonte Williams. That's who I'm going to go with. Laura and Jim, if it were my team, I would go with Boston Scott and Javonte Williams. If you don't want to play Boston Scott because of Nick Sirianni, you can go Tony Pollard and Javonte Williams. Excellent options, though. You guys have such great teams. I don't even know why I'm here. Why am I here? You guys don't need my help. What are you talking about? You guys are all really good at this. And sweet dreams, good morning. Good morning to you, my friend. PPR Flex, Tyler Boyd, Hunter Renfrow, or Jeremy McNichols. Let's go Hunter Renfrow here. Unfortunately, with the news that we got about Henry Ruggs, why in God's name did that even happen? It's such a shame all around. Let's go ahead and go with Hunter Renfrow here. Brian Edwards possibly is the one that's going to have a little bit bigger upside, but they're going to need to rely on Hunter Renfrow pretty badly. Tyler Boyd is still going to be competing with T. Higgins and Jamar Chase. So out of these three here, sweet dreams, I'm going to go Hunter Renfrow. The reason I'm staying away from Jeremy McNichols is the matchup is atrocious for him this week. I do like that you got him. Well done. But out of these three in PPR, let's go Hunter Renfrow. And then John Riley, Brandon Cooks, Kadarius Toney, Eli Mitchell, or Derek Gore. Derek Gore. Half PPR, pick two. Thanks. You are welcome. Let's see here. Half PPR, we're going to go. Okay. I really love Kadarius Toney, and I really love Brandon Cooks. Now, I also really love Elijah Mitchell. Elijah Mitchell is questionable, and it is curious to what is going to be happening between this San Francisco 49ers and Arizona Cardinals game. It's going to be weird because Arizona is likely not going to play Kyler Murray. That is not confirmed. They are, quote, a game time decision, but it's likely that both Kyler Murray and DeAndre Hopkins will be inactive. So I don't know what the scoring is really going to look like. And if the 49ers have to rely on big downfield passing to get ahead, great. And then they're probably just going to be relying on Elijah Mitchell here. So as much as I love, okay, let me put it to you this way. I don't like Derek Gore's matchup. Let's go. Your upside play is going to be Kadarius Toney and Elijah Mitchell, which I would do. If this were my lineup, John Riley, that's what I would do. I would play Kadarius Toney and I would play Elijah Mitchell, and I just wouldn't watch the Houston game. Just don't watch it because you know Brandon Cooks is going to get volume. If you want to have a little bit more safer play with high upside, Brandon Cooks and Kadarius Toney, I do like as well. There's a combination between those three that you can do. So I want you to play the two players that you believe in the most and sit the one that you don't mind blowing up on your bench. That is always a good way to look at it when you're just not sure between three guys. If one of them is going to blow up on your bench, which one would you prefer to see do well sitting there and not in your active roster? So if this were my team, I would play Kadarius Toney and Elijah Mitchell, but go with your gut here, John. I like those three. Make your combination based on who you are playing up against in your league. And then Shivero Armanta, Adam Thielen, or Darrell Williams, or Damian Harris in your full PPR flex. Oh my goodness. Ooh, I like all three of these. Let me take a look at here something, Shivero. I'm going to take a look at some rankings that we have here. Adam Thielen. Ooh, man. That Darrell Williams one is spicy this week. Oh, not Dario. No. So what I'm doing is I'm taking a look here, guys, on starts and sits options. I like those. I also like fantasy points against. These are very close for me. And so I'm just double checking to make sure that I am not going crazy and who I'm thinking here. Okay, yeah, that is, man, that's close. Okay, we're gonna go Adam Thielen, but I really do like Damian Harris. Okay, we're gonna go Adam Thielen because it's your flex spot. You likely have two very good running backs already, so we don't necessarily have to play Damian Harris, which good for you, by the way, for making your roster safe enough that Damian Harris is gonna be for your flex. Adam Thielen. We're going to go Adam Thielen. I don't hate playing Damian Harris either, but Adam Thielen is who I would start. Hugo, start Landry. Hi, Hugo, by the way. Start Landry or Waddle now with Tua out. This is so hard. Okay. Jacoby Brissett doesn't suck. All right. He's not a terrible quarterback. He was a starting quarterback not so long ago with the Colts. He did a good job once he got his NFL legs underneath him after Tua was hurt earlier in the season. I really, really like Waddle. Now, that is risky. Now, if it were me, I likely would still play Waddle. However, if you don't like it, I get it, and you can play Jarvis Landry. I don't know what's going on with the Browns right now, especially with OBJ released. So, man, Hugo, you give me heart palpitations here because this is really hard. Okay, safety play, we're going to go Jarvis Landry. High upside, we're going to go Jalen Waddle. Whichever one you need for your lineup better. If it were me, I might still lean on Waddle. Ooh, I can't because Devontae Parker's out as well. So Waddle is going to be that guy. Let's go Waddle. Waddle it is. I know the emoji question marks. I can't even with my life. And then Matthew Bingham, hello again, my friend. CMC is finally active. Rejoice! But can we rejoice yet? I don't know. But also, T-minus 90 minutes. Yeah, exactly. Don't even, okay. He says T-minus 90 minutes until the blows hit his hammy again. Don't even put that out into the atmosphere. I'm going to message Jess as soon as I am done with this, and I'm going to tell her to smack you. Smack him, Jess. Don't even put that juju out there in the atmosphere. Boo. He will likely be on a snap count. I don't think they're going to rush him back. He also hasn't been confirmed to play. He's just been activated off of IR. And as of 11:15 a.m. here in Eastern time, he wasn't even seen out there warming up yet. That's not good news. I have CMC everywhere, and I'm not happy about that situation. So make sure you keep your eye on what is going on here with that whole situation. And if you have Chuba Hubbard, keep those thumbs warmed up to switch them out, especially if you have DFS lineups as well. And marvelous. Pick 2, Robert Woods, Keenan Allen, T. Higgins. We're going to go Keenan Allen and T. Higgins. Don't get me wrong. I love Robert Woods, but this is the Cooper Kupp's world right now. So better plays here for me are going to be Keenan Allen and T. Higgins. And then Scotty, Hopkins down. I know. Wide receiver help. I'm assuming you mean Donovan Peoples-Jones or Rashad Bateman in half PPR. We're going to go Bateman. We're going to go Rashad Bateman here. He has done an excellent job of being a standout rookie wide receiver so far this year. And in this offense that I understand is a run-first offense, but Lamar Jackson can still throw, and Bateman is looking good. So if DeAndre Hopkins is down, I mean, that just stinks all around. Let's go Rashad Bateman. I do like Donovan Peoples-Jones too here. So go with your gut. I'm saying Bateman, but if you want to play Peoples-Jones, I get that too. Go Bateman. And then Jared, CMC or Emmanuel Sanders, half PPR. If CMC plays, you have to play him. You have to play Christian McCaffrey. Emmanuel Sanders boofed me last week. He only got 0 points. Only 0. Big fat goose egg. Oh, I'm very wary of Emmanuel Sanders here. But if Christian McCaffrey does play, you are likely going to need to start Christian McCaffrey here. So I would go CMC. Bonesaw McGraw, why was your message retracted? I hope you weren't being rude, because if you were, that's just sad. Don't be mean. Let's be nice to each other, people. Happy world. Happy world. Happy goodness. Let's do that. No need for message retraction. And then, Marvelous, you have full PPR. Remind me of what your question was there. Hey, Willie, how are you? Long time no see. Good morning. Good morning to you. In half PPR, the tight end to go with. Oof, I like this. Ertz, Higbee, Conklin, or Freiermuth. Okay. This is hard. Okay, I would normally in this position say Zach Ertz. I still might lean Zach Ertz here with DeAndre Hopkins out. However, if Kyler Murray does not play either, it will likely be Colt McCoy as the starting quarterback. So I still like Ertz with his upside here because AJ Green is on COVID, so they need to have people that are going to be catching the ball. And I think that's going to be Ertz. Other than that, I also don't mind Pat Freiermuth. Pat Freiermuth is an interesting name for me here, but your upside play, I think, is going to be between Ertz and Higbee. So out of all of those, man, I would still go Ertz. I would still go Ertz with as many pass catchers as will likely be out and are out. Like I said, AJ Green is also on COVID, in case I spoke too fast and no one got that one. Even with a backup quarterback, I think Ertz is going to be invaluable in that offense today, I should say. So Zach Ertz. Man, how do you have this many tight ends? Like, you should probably try to trade one, unless this is for daily. I would go Ertz. Yeah, okay, yeah. Have PPR, Ertz. I like it. All right. And then Lane, Rashad Bateman, or Van Jefferson in the flex. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. Wow. Okay. This is really hard. I really like both of them, Lane. I really, really like both of them. I'm going to take a look at something here really quick because I really love both of those. And I would say, is there a way you can get them both in there? But these are two high upside plays, and it's really just going to depend on what they look like. Oh, their matchups look like. Okay. Oh, man. All right. Minnesota's D is pretty tough. So in your case, oh man, you know what? In your case, let's go Van Jefferson. Let's do it. Let's go Van Jefferson. Whew, man, especially with Deshaun Jackson recently being released. Man, I do love Rashad Bateman so much, but we're going to go Van Jefferson for you. Excellent question, Lane. And then Sweet Dreams, should you release Odell Beckham Jr.? Okay, this is an interesting one. I have gotten this question many, many times, and I understand the need or want to drop OBJ. I totally get it. He has been all but useless with the Browns. He's no longer on the Browns. And let's not forget, OBJ is still good at football. I understand he's a diva. I understand he really hasn't done much, blah, blah, blah. His dad's really good at, but by the way, who taught his dad how to like set video to music? Because that was pretty decently done by Odell Beckham Sr., by the way. Hang on to him because the first team that is up on waivers are the Detroit Lions, who are desperate for a wide receiver. So even though he may not be happy that he's going to the Lions, he's going to see so much freaking volume that he is going to be getting a ton of targets. So I like holding on to OBJ and seeing what happens with him because likely whichever team he goes to is going to want to incorporate him. Part of me really wants him to go to the Raiders, but I really like him going to the Lions for fantasy purposes. So hang on to OBJ. If he does really well and you don't want to deal with the headache, just trade him because he's going to get claimed on Monday and then we'll have a lot better clarity, but hang on to him before you drop him just to kind of see what goes on with that whole situation. And then Brett, thank you again, sir. Half PPR. Flex Elijah Mitchell. I do love Elijah Mitchell. He is hurt. You are correct. Expected to play. Correct. Rashad Bateman or whichever starts on Monday out of Mooney or Montgomery. Montgomery is likely not to start. I would not. He wasn't expected to come back until week 11. So we're just going to not worry about David Montgomery here. And I really like Mooney. However, I don't like relying on that Pittsburgh matchup with the Bears. Pittsburgh's defense is very good. I have a feeling that TJ Watt is going to feast on Justin Fields. So I don't love the Mooney matchup, but I do understand playing him. So for me in this situation, Brett, I might play Elijah Mitchell. And I get it because he's hurt, but I think he'll get a safe amount of touches. Rashad Bateman, I also like as well, but his matchup is a little rough, but I do like Bateman. But out of those three, man, between Elijah Mitchell, Rashad Bateman, and Mooney, I might go the safer play here and go Elijah Mitchell. But again, that's up to you. If you want to play Mooney, I totally get it. Justin Fields seems to only have eyes for Darrell Mooney, which is understandable, but it's a little bit more risky. However, some people really like to have a Monday night player because it kind of gets them excited about the Monday night game, and you can root for your guy to get, make up points if you need to. I personally might play Elijah Mitchell here, but go with your gut on this one, Brett, because those are all three really good options. So go with whichever one you think is going to be the best. Man, I like Elijah Mitchell, but I also like Darrell Mooney too. And then Prince Wade, pick one, Zach Moss or Chase Edmonds or Melvin Gordon. Okay, we're going to get rid of Zach Moss. I don't trust Zach Moss. I don't trust any running back for the Bills whatsoever. So it's going to be between Chase Edmonds and Melvin Gordon. Okay, because of what's going on with the Arizona Cardinals, I might lean Chase Edmonds. Ooh, Prince Wade, can you tell me what kind of scoring format you have? Because if it's standard, I would go with Melvin Gordon. If it is any kind of a PPR scoring format, I would go Chase Edmonds. Let me just take a quick look here on my start sit right here. Yes, I am going to confirm that. Chase Edmonds, if you are in a PPR type of scoring format, and then Melvin Gordon, if you are in standard, they're going to need to throw people the ball without likely DeAndre Hopkins and definitely without AJ Green. So I do like Chase Edmonds. I also like James Conner this week as well. Also a great value play in DFS. And then Logan, Zach Moss or Damian Harris. Ew. Damian Harris. Now watch Zach Moss get like 4 touchdowns. Let's go Damian Harris, PPR. Ew. Yep, Damian Harris. I'm gonna double down on that one, Logan. Damian Harris for me. And then Matthew Bingham again. Not that it matters for fantasy, but Drew Lock appears to have COVID again. Shucks. he's really, I mean, I don't know if y'all can see my Mizzou thing over here. I'm a Mizzou truther. I'm a Drew Lock truther, and I'm sad. I'm sad about it. And I don't like it. Please discuss why Mizzou players are the worst. Because we are in one of the hardest divisions in college football, conferences. We are in the SEC, and we have to compete for players with teams like Alabama. We don't get the good ones. We get the leftovers that did not get a chance to make it or get recruited by teams like Alabama. So that's why Mizzou sucks, is because we don't have good enough coaching and we don't have good enough recruiting to get excellent players. However, the players that do go into the NFL, except for Drew Lock, tend to do very well, especially on defense. But defense doesn't put points on the board unless they score on defense. So that's why, Matthew, thank you. I have a lime and I have salt and lemon juice. If you would like to just rub it right in that salt, that is the wound, that is the painful, gaping, festering, gangrenous wound of watching my Mizzou football team suck every week. It's really fun. No, it's not. It's horrible. All right. And Master J3. Full point PPR, Kadarius Toney, Devontae Booker, or Khalil Herbert. Your upside play here is going to be Kadarius Toney. I understand Kenny Golladay is likely to play. I believe he is active and ready to go. That only means good things for Kadarius Toney. I like the upside for him. Booker and Khalil Herbert, between the two of them, if you would rather play a running back in this position, I would go Khalil Herbert, although I do not like it against the Pittsburgh Steelers. So let's go Kadarius Toney. Kadarius Toney for me. Marvelous. Full PPR pick 2, Robert Woods. Oh, we answered this one, but I'm going to answer it again. In full PPR pick 2, between Robert Woods, T. Higgins, and Keenan Allen, we're going to go T. Higgins and Keenan Allen. And then Chavero, thanks for all of my help. Thank you for all of your support by joining me in this chat. This is what makes this so much fun, and this is what keeps this live show going. Our wonderful listeners, viewers, and askers of questions such as yourselves that allow me to keep doing this every single Sunday and reach out to you guys and be able to have a conversation with everybody. And we can woe and lament on how horrible fantasy football is, or celebrate with tears of joy about how fun it is. I mean, this is what makes my job so much fun in this industry, is being able to connect with you and help and answer your questions any way I can. If you are having nearly as much fun as I am, please go ahead and like this video. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel here at Mayo Media Net. And I'm not done yet. I just wanted to throw that in there. So make sure you like this. I mean, it makes me look good. I have to impress the boss, okay? Gotta impress Pat Mayo. Like the video. Do me a solid. I'm pretty sure my producer is laughing very hysterically right now at me, but that's okay. It happens. And then Hugo. Oh, I know. The goodness of fantasy. It's horrible. Oh, no, you said goddess of fantasy. My bad. Go on. Oh, Hugo, I'm not the goddess of fantasy all the time, just sometimes. Oh, thank you. That was very sweet of you, Hugo. I appreciate you. And then Master J3, Jimmy G or Tyrod Taylor? Whew. I hate this question because I really want to go Jimmy Garoppolo, and then for some reason I don't. I'm going to go ahead and check something here for you, because Tyrod Taylor is very interesting. He has those weeks where you're just like, oh, in fuego, and then you're like, where'd he go? What's happening? So this week, though, okay, they are playing. That's right. Okay. So Houston is playing Miami. I have a feeling this is going to be a little bit closer game than expected, even with Tua Tagovailoa out. I believe this should give Tyrod Taylor a little bit more opportunity to score you some points, although I do really like Jimmy Garoppolo, but I have a feeling it's kind of weird to say that the quarterback's going to be game scripted out. But I don't think this is going to be a competitive game between the 49ers and the Arizona Cardinals, simply because of the injuries and like we've been talking about with Kyler Murray and DeAndre Hopkins. So out of these two, as much as I do love Jimmy Garoppolo, it's close. It's very close, but I think I would go Tyrod Taylor. But I do like Jimmy Garoppolo. I just think he'll get phased out because I think they're going to be putting up a lot of points. Now watch this be like one of the closest games, and Colt McCoy, if he's the starting quarterback now, I don't even know who it is. I'm pretty sure it's Colt McCoy. Like, watch him like come out and make a huge splash. Just that, go figure. Go figure, week 9. All right, and Forrest Phillips, the Chargers quarterback, so Justin Herbert, or Philadelphia's quarterback, so Jalen Hurts. Who would I start? You have both of them. I'm going to go, Forrest, I'm going to go Herbert. I really like both of these guys. I really, really like both of these quarterbacks. Personally, I'm going to give a slight edge to Justin Herbert. And I hope that wasn't like trying to test me to see if I knew who these quarterbacks were. If it was, you're welcome. Yeah. Let's go Justin Herbert, but I do really like both of them. And okay, let's see. Dalton Jackman, Tony Pollard, or Kenny Gainwell. Tony Pollard. I have no idea what is going on with those Eagles running backs. They literally have a 1A, 1B in Boston Scott and Kenny Gainwell, or Kenny Gainwell and Boston Scott, whichever you look at it. And they activated Jordan Howard off the couch and gave him 12 carries, and he turned it into 2 touchdowns. And at the end of the day, Kenny Gainwell's stat line was 13 carries. He got 12 of them in the fourth quarter when the game was a runaway for the Eagles. Disgusting. So I don't trust Kenny Gainwell. Is he likely now to have a blow-up game? Absolutely. But I don't trust it. So I'm going to go with Tony Pollard. As long as the Cowboys keep doing what they're doing with Tony Pollard and Ezekiel Elliott, giving them both an interestingly equal-ish amount of touches to keep the longevity of Ezekiel Elliott is incredibly smart. It's not as fun for fantasy football, but it is very smart with what the Cowboys are doing to increase Ezekiel Elliott's longevity throughout a longer season. So I'm going to go with Tony Pollard here. And then Matthew Bingham, will the Muth Luth get Luth again on Monday night? I don't know, man. Maybe. He says he really doesn't care. He just wants to hear me say it. I can't. As hard as it is to hear someone say the Muth is Luth, it's worse to say it. It's a horrible thing to say. I feel like I'm drooling and I have like cotton in my mouth. The Muth is Luth. It's bad. It's really bad. I hate saying it. And thank you. I fell for it, Matthew. Congratulations. Golf clap for you. And then House of Guards, Allen Robinson or Tajay Sharp. I cannot even believe I'm saying this. I cannot even believe I'm saying this. Tajay Sharp. Why? Why have we gotten here? How? But you can't trust Allen Robinson right now either. I mean, he might put up 5 or 6 points. He might put up 12. I have no idea. But Tajay Sharp without Calvin Ridley really has the opportunity to step up in this offense. And it might be Tajay Sharp. No, I can't House of Guards. I can't believe I'm saying this. I may come to regret this. So I want you to go with your gut here, my friend. But I'm going to say Tajay Sharp. That I can't believe I'm saying it. Oh, it feels wrong. Ugh, Tajay Sharp. Oh, that was hard to say. Willie Beeman. Or is it Bayman? Excuse me. Last one. You can ask as many as you want, my friend. This is what I am here for. Already starting Boston Scott. Got you. But without DeAndre Hopkins, do I fade? Ooh. Do you fade Devontae Smith, Bateman, Javonte Williams, or hedge with A.J. Dillon? Okay. Okay, so do you go with Devontae Smith? I don't trust that one. Bateman, slightly better. Javonte Smith, yes, or hedge with A.J. Dillon. Okay, out of all of them, I think your upside high-risk play is going to be Smith and Bateman. So out of those two, I would prefer Rashad Bateman, simply because I don't trust anything that's going on with the Eagles. Now, Javonte Williams and A.J. Dillon are very interesting. I think I might want to lead Javonte Williams here, but I can understand wanting to go with A.J. Dillon. So this is a conundrum, Willie. This is a absolute pickle that you are in. If you need upside here, go Rashad Bateman. If you want to play it a little bit safer, go Javonte Williams. If you want to be spicy, which everybody loves being muy caliente, go A.J. Dillon. I don't think that helped you at all. I really think I just made that 10 times worse, but I don't know what else to do for you because I could make an argument for almost every single one of these guys. But what I would personally do is go Bateman. And then if I wanted to play it safe, I'd go Javonte Williams. But I mean, honestly, go with your gut, man, because these are all really, really good options. And then Tony or Sanders in the flex. Ruby, dear, do you mean Tony Pollard or Kadarius Toney? And Sanders, I'm assuming you mean Emmanuel Sanders. So Ruby Hassel, let me know which Tony that you're referring to so I can give you just a little bit better option here. And then Lil Bala, CeeDee Lamb, or Brandon Cooks PPR. Your volume play is going to be Brandon Cooks. So I would go Brandon Cooks here out of CeeDee Lamb. CeeDee Lamb is going to be a high upside play, but I like the volume of Brandon Cooks in this particular situation. Lil Baller 1123. So I would go Brandon Cooks there, but I do like both of them. Bonesaw McGraw, hey, you have the same question as someone else, Peoples-Jones or Bateman, but you wanted to ask another question. You're hurting at running back. You can ask as many as you want, my dear. This, like I said, this is what I'm here for. You're hurting at running back, and you have to choose between Jermichael Hasty and Adrian Peterson in full PPR. That's tough, but it's not awful. So what I want to tell you, Bonesaw McGraw, is that these are not terrible choices. Peoples-Jones or Bateman, again, I like the upside of Bateman. Peoples-Jones might be a little bit more, and I say a little bit safer, but it's really not that much safer between Peoples-Jones or Bateman here. It's going to be a tough matchup with the Vikings, which means that Bateman could either be phased out or he is going to be relied upon to be a deep field threat in addition to Marquise Hollywood Brown. So that's one of the reasons I would say lean Bateman just a little bit, because they're almost kind of in the same situation, right? The Browns and the Ravens are both run first offenses. And the Ravens are going to have to deal with the Minnesota Vikings defense. And the game, I think, is going to be close. So that's one of the reasons I'm going to lean Bateman in that situation. But I like both of those options. Now, between JaMychal Hasty and Adrian Peterson, also not terrible. Why wouldn't they be? Because Kyle Shanahan does a lot of things with his running backs. So the fact that you picked up JaMychal Hasty, I say, is a smart play on your part, Bonesaw McGraw. Out of those two, you can play Adrian Peterson. And I might lean on Adrian Peterson here because he doesn't have to worry about somebody else getting hurt like Elijah Mitchell and JaMychal Hasty are going to have to do for him to see a ton of the volume. Peterson is going to be getting the volume no matter what. Now, what he is able to do with it this week may be limited, but he will get the touches and he has the opportunity to fall into the end zone. So out of those two, I would go Adrian Peterson, and do not give yourself a hard time because those are wonderful options and you are making the best out of an injury-ridden league with buys this week. So good for you, Bonesaw McGraw. I like it. Pocket quarterback Lamar Jackson. Gordon touchdown upside. Very true. Gordon does have the touchdown upside. But if we're talking, I'm assuming you mean between Melvin Gordon and the Chase Edmonds question we had earlier. We're talking in a half PPR format. So I kind of like Chase Edmonds just based on what's going on in that offense. Again, both of them are really good running backs. So I like Chase Edmonds just a little bit more, but if you feel more strongly about Melvin Gordon, go for it. This is your team. I'm just giving you a different perspective that you can make the best decision possible for the people that you want to start in your league. And then Brett, thanks for all of your help. You are welcome, Brett. Thank you so much for joining me every single week and being such a great part of this chat. It is so wonderful to have so many wonderful, happy, great, smiling faces. I'm sure you all are smiling. I can't see you, but I hope you are because that's what makes this fun. And then Justify, Carlos Hyde or McNichols, Standard League. Ew. Okay, Carlos Hyde based on volume, McNichols based on need. The thing with McNichols, he's their pass catching back, right? And Adrian Peterson is going to be their line from scrimmage guy. The matchup this week is terrible for McNichols. So I might lean Carlos Hyde here simply based on necessity and volume because James Robinson is ruled out. So Carlos Hyde may be a necessity here. I don't love it. I don't think it's great. But I think that Adrian Peterson is the one who's going to be seeing a lot of those goal line touches for the Titans. So I might lean Carlos Hyde here, but I will take Pepto and maybe drink just to nullify the pain of having to choose between those two running backs. And then Lil Baller, CD Lamb. I don't know what that means. I just said it. And then Georgie, what's up? Did not expect a beautiful chick to be giving out pics. Oh, hey. Thank you, Georgie. Appreciate you. I did take a shower today. And I brushed my hair. So y'all are lucky. And then Lil Baller, CD Lamb or Brandon Cooks. I'm trying to help you, Lil Baller here. CD Lamb or Brandon Cooks. I can give you some options, man. Volume is going to go to Brandon Cooks. So in your PPR, you're going to be relying on volume there. So every time he gets a pass, he gets a point. CD Lamb is going to be your high upside play here, right? So there's also Amari Cooper who's expected to play. You also still have Dalton Schultz. You have Blake Jarwin. Is Michael Gallup playing? Michael Gallup might even be in there. Who the hell knows? So I think your volume safety play here is going to be Brandon Cooks for the volume there, Lil Baller. But if you want to be spicy and you want to be like, I'm smarter than everybody else kind of thing, when it hits or if it hits, that's your CD Lamb option. But for me, I might play Brandon Cooks. Oh, I like both of them though, dude. See if you can find a way to get both of them in there. But Brandon Cooks, if you want to play it safe and get the volume. And then T-Spra, should I start Tyrod Taylor over Cousins? Can't decide. I would go Cousins here. I would go Cousins because I think the game is going to be tight, and I think Kirk Cousins is going to have to throw. They are going to be relying on Dalvin Cook quite a bit, but I have a little bit more faith with Cousins in that offense against the Ravens than I do with Tyrod Taylor. So I would go Cousins here. And that's a tough one. I understand why you can't decide. Go Cousins. Let's go Kirk Cousins there. And then, thank you. I do. Yes, thank you. I appreciate you, Pocket QB. And then Ben Bettis, Rams defense or Patriots defense? I like both of them. Let's go Rams. Flip a coin. My coin says Rams because both of them are really great, but I like the Rams. I can't believe I'm saying that. I hate the Rams. But in DST, I do. Their DST, I do. Dennis, Superflex. PPR, 4-point QB. Okay, Superflex. Trevor Lawrence, Trevor Siemian. You lost Kyler Murray. 4 point. Ugh. Okay. Trevor Lawrence. I hate this, but Trevor Lawrence. Let's go Trevor Lawrence here on your super flex. Ugh. Nope. I lied. I need to check something here. I don't even know if I like that. Hang on just a second, because that's really, really good question. Come on. My keyboard is deciding it doesn't want to work on me here. Lots of Trevors. Was this like a Trevor type of, like a Trevor question? Because it's Trevor Lawrence and Trevor Siemian. Yeah. Okay, so they're pretty much back to back in rankings. Let's go Trevor Lawrence. That's all I got for you. I know, but if this were me and this were my team, I would play Trevor Lawrence, if that makes you feel any better. And then, is Brissett playable? Yes, Brissett is playable, but only in super flex leagues or 2 QB leagues. I don't love Brissett in your single starter unless you are in a very deep league or you are doing some kind of funky things with DFS. But yes, Brissett is playable. He's not terrible. And then Scotty, I wish we could talk to you doing this 20, 30 minutes on Thursdays. Oh, I know. It's okay. You know what, Scotty? You can message me, okay? I have my DMs open on Twitter. This is what I do for a living. You can hit me up on Twitter at Stepmom Lauren. I will answer your questions. I do this for your Thursdays. I've got you for sure. So if you have questions on Thursdays or Wednesdays or whenever it is, find me on Twitter at Stepmom Lauren. I will answer your questions. No problem, Scotty. You just hit me up. And then Gustavo, please pick one. Emmanuel Sanders or Robert Woods in a standard league. I like both of these. Let's go Robert Woods here. But I really like both of them, Gustavo. So go with your gut. I'm going to go Robert Woods. Oof, I like Emmanuel Sanders too, though. But he hurt me last week. The matchup is good, though. Robert Woods. But go with your gut because I like both of them. And then Aaron, Carlos Hyde or KAH, I'm assuming you mean Khalil Herbert. We're going to go Carlos Hyde for volume here. I don't love Carlos Hyde, but there's no James Robinson. And unfortunately, I despise the matchup between the Bears and the Pittsburgh Steelers. And then do I trust Deebo Samuel today? I never trust Deebo Samuel, but he manages to get it done. But he's also playing injured. He is literally one play away from being done for the season, and it terrifies me. So no, I don't trust him, but I am playing him. And then Guy McLeod, Standard League, Carlos Hyde, yes. Devin Singletary, no. Freeman or Wilson, no. Hyde. We're going to go Hyde. Yeah, hang on. Let me check something here too. Hang on. Okay. I'm assuming you mean, yeah, we're going to, Hyde. We're going to go Carlos Hyde. Ugh. You are welcome, Guy McLeod. I don't love this answer. I really don't love this answer, but Carlos Hyde. Oh, God, now watch him suck. The Muth and Luth. I can't do it. I still can't do it. I can't do it, Lane. It hurts me. Jason Moore, very good friend of mine, obviously, but all 3 of the fantasy footballers are good friends of mine, but we laugh so much in our Slack chat, like with all the writers. And the Muth and Luth, it's awful. It's awful to say. And then Aaron, Carlos Hyde or Khalil Herbert. Yeah, I got you. I'm going to go Carlos Hyde here based on matchup and volume. And then T-Spra, are you crazy to start Tyrod Taylor over Cousins? No, girl, no, dude. Sorry, I thought it was my bad. No, you're not crazy at all. You can do it. This is your team. This is your gut. This is your choice. If you want to start Tyrod Taylor, you can be like, yeah, so everyone else had to start Cousins. I started Tyrod Taylor and I won this week. You do you. This is your league, your team. You know best. We can just give you numbers and insight to help you make a better decision, but you're not crazy if you want to start Tyrod Taylor over Cousins. That's what I have to say. And then Deebo Samuels or A.J. Dillon in the flex. Forrest, I'm going to go the upside with Deebo Samuel here. I would do that one if you want to play it safe. You can go A.J. Dillon. I just don't know what that offense is going to look like with Jordan Love under center. So let's go ahead and go with Deebo Samuel here. And then Prince Wade, Jordan Love or Jacoby Brissett. Now, the matchup for Jordan Love is absolutely fantastic, Prince Wade. But I might want to lean on Jacoby Brissett here simply because he knows what he's doing. And he has more snaps. He has more snaps as a starter as opposed to Jordan Love, who does not. Houston is surprisingly pretty stout on their defense, which I don't love. But I think you might be a little bit safer with Brissett. But I will say this again. If you want to play Jordan Love, do it. Because this is your team. And I don't hate the matchup. And he very well could come out and just make it a game against the Chiefs, right? They have a very, very porous defense. They have a terrible, terrible secondary. And Jordan Love can make a case for himself to say, bye-bye, Aaron Rodgers, who did the exact same thing to Brett Favre when it was his turn to take over. So you never know, man. If you got a feeling about Jordan Love, play him. If you want to be on the safe side, you might want to stick with Brissett. But I don't hate starting Jordan Love at all. Not at all. And then Nico Collins is the play. Go for it, Hingo. I wouldn't, but do it. You do you. And then Adam, non-PPR, sit one between Khalil Herbert, Jimmy McNichols, or Keenan Allen. We're going to sit McNichols. Oh, I can't believe I'm saying that. Yes, we're going to sit McNichols. And especially because it's standard, McNichols is the pass catching back. It's going to be Adrian Peterson, who sees the line of scrimmage ground from pound work, as opposed to McNichols, who will likely be involved more in the passing game. So in this situation, even though the matchup's not great against Pittsburgh Steelers, I would still go Khalil Herbert, and then I would play Keenan Allen for sure. And then Ruby, Kadarius Toney or Emmanuel Sanders. Let's go, Ruby, let's do Kadarius Toney for your upside here. I don't hate Emmanuel Sanders. I just don't trust it. And I do like Kadarius Toney for what he can bring to the table. And Willie Beeman, you are truly welcome. And yes, fantasy football is a truly harsh mistress. I'm going to use that because I think that's a great line. Harsh mistress. I love that. And then Prince Wade, do I see Jeff Wilson Jr. playing 50% of the game today? Sure. They could. Is he active? Yeah. I mean, there you go. It's Kyle Shanahan, and he loves Jeff Wilson Jr. That's really interesting. I didn't really look into exactly if he's been activated yet. Producer extraordinaire, would you let me know if Jeff Wilson Jr. is a for sure active and starting today? Thank you. He's literally rolling his eyes at me because he's like, do your own work, woman. Whatever. Brett, Thunderstruck. One more tough choice. Half PPR. Flex, Callaway. Bateman, Mooney, or take a flyer on Bryan Edwards. Bryan Edwards! Yes, you're also starting Deontay Johnson and Brandon Cook, so you have high floors already. Okay, out of these, I would either go, oh man, all of these are really high. Okay, so these are all 4 of your high upside plays. Let's go Bryan Edwards. Let's go Bryan Edwards here because I think the Raiders are going to have to really bounce back off of what happened with Henry Ruggs, and I think they're going to come together just like they did after all of this John Gruden mess. Oh gosh, the poor Raiders, poor Derek Carr. That hurts my soul. All right. Yep. Wilson is active. Thank you very much, producer extraordinaire. Wilson is active. So will he play 50% of the game today? Guaranteed. Guaranteed he will. And Bryan Edwards, Brett Thunderstruck, we're going to go that way. And okay, we're going to wrap these up pretty soon, guys. I'm going to try to go through these as fast as I can. It's already 12:18. Where did the time go? Holy macaroni. Okay, one more tough choice. We did that one. Rashad Bateman or Melvin Gordon and Boston Scott or McNichols. I don't know which one you want me to choose here, Master J3. Is it Rashad Bateman or Melvin and Boston Scott or McNichols? Because I'm going to go Melvin Gordon and I'm going to go Boston Scott. I do like Rashad Bateman, but safety is going to be Melvin Gordon here. Boston Scott, and thank you very much. Prince Wade, LOL. I know, LOL. CMC, Cooks, or Landry. Saba, if CMC is playing, I would play Christian McCaffrey. He will be on a snap count, but what that man can do on a snap count is pretty unbelievable. If you don't want to play him, I get it. Play Cooks. And then Jarwin and Gallup are both out. Okay, thank you very much, Colt. I appreciate that. Okay, CD is a little bit more interesting to me too, but I think volume there still. I'm still going to lean Brandon Cooks for volume, but if you want to play CD, I don't hate that. Carlos Hyde or McNichols, Steve Rodriguez, we're going to go Carlos Hyde. And, oh, yes, I understand that it's full PPR. I would still go Carlos Hyde for volume. Just that's purely volume because James Robinson is out. And then, Scotty, you are welcome. Yeah, please do that. This is what I'm here for, everybody. Ask me questions all through the week. This is what I'm here. This is what I do. I work for lots of different places, bringing you fantasy football insight and knowledge and helping you make the best decision possible for your team. At Stepmom Lauren, best way to get to me is on Twitter. Also, don't forget to make sure you like this video if you're having as much fun as I am. I'll take one more question and I'm going to let y'all go. And before I do that, I just want to say, don't forget to sign up for prizepicks.com, promo code MMN. There is a link in the description of this video. Very simple. You get your deposit of up to $100 max. Come join the fun. It's easy and it's fun. And I absolutely love it. Gustavo, I appreciate you as well. And you are very welcome. And then let's see, Scotty, you can always tell what your very first pick is on Thursday because it's always cursed. Thursdays are weird, aren't they? They're absolutely terrible. All right. That's all that you have for me today, guys. If you have a question that you think of after this video is done being live, always make sure you check fantasy points against. Just go ahead and Google that. Check it out. Pat Mayo also has his rankings that you can find as well. Lots of good info and resources. Thank you, everyone, again, so much for joining me. You will see me again on Monday evening, Tuesday morning, bringing you Week 10 waivers, as well as an update on our Prize Picks 7-Eleven Challenge leaderboard. And that's all you have from me, my friends. Thank you again so much for joining me, and good luck in Week 9.